The economy is bad. Gold is going up. Banks have worried. The feds have worried. SNAP benefits might be stopped or cut. There's rumors of all these things going on. But the real question is it true? Will SNAP benefits end on November 1st? Or shall I say, be interrupted or postponed? That's a better way to put it. In my opinion, and this is only my personal opinion, I don't think it's going to happen. However, there's a first time for everything. And when it comes to food and keeping your family fed, we don't want to be caught off guard. So what can you do? Well, if you receive SNAP benefits, you'll know that, I guess it's the first of the month, that SNAP is, I think it's loaded on a card. And it's a supplementary nutritional program. Supplementary means that it is not supposed to be the only way that you buy food. It's to help you. And it's supposed to be short term until you can figure out something else. Or if you're elderly or disabled and you can't work, that's a different story. So I'm not talking about that. But it is supposed, for the most part, it is supposed to be a way to supplement your groceries and how you eat and how you feed your family. So let's keep that in the back of our mind. This was not meant to be a supportive program. This is supplementary. It's right in the title, supplementary program, okay? So this is how it works. I guess they go by your income, and every month they'll put, I don't know how they figure it, I think it goes by family size. They will put it on that allotment. We'll pretend it's cash. They put it on a SNAP card. And basically you can go buy food items with it, food and beverages, okay? It is a needs-based program. It is not for everyone. I don't believe that if you don't belong here that you should be getting it. That's my opinion. But there is a government shutdown. And here's the thing, folks. Every time there is a government shutdown or an election or budget talks, there are two areas that one particular side likes to instill fear. Food stamps. Actually, there's three. Food stamps, Medicaid, and Social Security. Because they know those are the most vulnerable people. So they're going to do everything they can to try to convince you that, oh no, your benefits are going to stop. What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to tell you what you can do. Number one is don't panic. Go on YouTube and do some research and find out for yourself how many times has SNAP or Medicaid or Social Security or any of those programs actually been interrupted or postponed because of a government shutdown. Okay? Just keep that also in the back of your mind. Okay? But in the meantime, we're going to take action because anything could happen at any time. It could be in another everybody has to stay home scenario. It could be civil unrest. It could be financial collapse. It could be natural disaster. Who knows? So we want to be prepared. That's number one. So you don't panic, because when you panic, you can't logically plan ahead. You can't logically make sound decisions on how to take action. You're just going to sit there in a panic. And to be quite frank with you, that's what they want. Okay? So what can you do? Well, there are several things that you can do. You can take action. And do not wait until October 31st to figure out how you're going to eat on November 1st. Okay, number one, you should already have something in your stash. We've been telling people for years to stockpile non-perishable foods. For years. And we were looked at as those people with the tinfoil hats. Those people who just want clicks and views. No, that is not true. We prep so that in case something happens, we are self-sufficient. And this is a perfect example of why you should try to be self-sufficient and try to nip this in the bud before November 1st. Okay? So you should have had some kind of backup plan. Okay? My backup plan is called prepping. It's not always a financial thing. It's just anything. Winter, bad weather, sickness, illness, loss of income, whatever. So, we don't know if this is going to happen. This is neither here nor there. So how can you make sure that you and your family will still eat on November 1st? Okay, if SNAP is interrupted. Now I have some notes here, so don't mind me, but I am looking at my notes because I think these points are very important, and I want to make sure that I hit every single one of them. The first thing you're gonna want to do is, I don't care how little or how big your food inventory is, you're gonna take out a pad and something to write with. You're not going to put it on your phone. You're not going to put it in the back of your head. You're going to write down every single thing that you have in your kitchen, in your pantry, in your stockpile, in your food supply. Write it all down, okay? And you're also going to reach out to food pantries, churches, food banks. Don't wait. You're going to do it now. Find out what their criteria is to get some food assistance and see if you can get there this week or early next week, if you can, and try to get a few things ahead. Number 3, you're going to go onto YouTube and you're going to learn, okay? This is a crash course. You're going to learn how to cook from scratch. You're going to learn. If you don't know how to boil rice, you're going to learn. Because I'll tell you, it is a lot more economical to boil a cup of rice from a 1-pound bag of rice that you got at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 than it is to get the little cups where you just throw them in the microwave. You're going to get a lot more for your money, okay? So you're going to learn how to do some things from scratch. You're also going to learn how to work with a bare bones pantry of items, of ingredients to help make meals for you and your family. You're going to keep meals. You're going to learn how to keep meals to just 2 to 3 main ingredients. Okay? Seasonings and spices, sauces, things like that. If you already have them, fine. I have different videos on, go through my playlist. I've got videos on how to make rice mixes, how to make spice mixes, how to make pasta mixes, how to make soup mixes. You can do this with items that you already have in your pantry. Okay, so this is what you are going to do. Okay, let's go. Let's go here. I'm going to give you an example of a 2 to 3 ingredient breakfast. Toast. Okay? You're going to need a loaf of bread for toast. Maybe some canned fruit. Okay? You got to keep it simple. If you could do shelf-stable milk, have a glass of shelf-stable milk. If your children don't like it, try to make some hot chocolate out of it, or put a little bit of vanilla flavoring in it. Let them have some milk, okay? You can also do hot cereal, whether it's cream of wheat, stovetop. I never do instant anything. Or the quick oats. I do the quick oats. You're going to make them with water. Okay? Or shelf-stable milk. Simple. It's breakfast. Pick one. You can have one day and one another day. Let's go over to lunch. Now, if you're getting SNAP, hopefully your children are getting lunches provided for them at school. If they don't, and if you are home yourself and you're doing this just for you, or if your children are not yet school age, keep it simple. Keep it simple. We've got to keep their bellies full, but you can do it, okay? You can do this. Peanut butter and jelly, shelf-stable milk, maybe some canned fruit or veg if you have it, okay? How about a can of soup with some fresh canned fruit or vegetable? Shelf-stable milk to drink or water to drink. Dinner, we're going to up the ante a little bit. So there's going to be 3 components to a dinner. You need a protein, and basically with every meal, you need a protein, a fruit or veg, and a carb. Okay? What are the carbs? Rice, beans, pasta, potatoes. Proteins, canned meats, eggs, beans, lentils. Peas, split peas, all these items have protein in them. Canned veg if you have it, or frozen, or fresh if you still have it. It could be something simple to just some sliced up celery and carrots on the side, or one or the other, or just some lettuce. You can make lemon juice and olive oil or any kind of oil you have with some seasonings and make a light salad dressing. You can have salad. Okay? That's what you're going to do. So you're going to go to those food banks, and if you have any change at all, any change, any cash on hand, scrape up anything you might have in your car, clean out your old pocketbooks, try to come up with about $10 to $12. I'm going to give you a list of things that you're going to want to get. So you're going to run to the Dollar Tree. You're not going to walk and you're not going to wait. You're going to go today. And this is what you're going to get, okay? 1 bag of rice, $1.25. You're going to get a bag of beans, $1.25. 1 quart of shelf-stable milk, $1.25. A loaf of bread, $1.25. Now, you can get a bag of flour if you want, or you can get a jar of peanut butter, okay? So pick one if you had to. Get a can of fruit, get a can of vegetables, get 2 cans of meat, and that should come to about under $12. Now, you're going to use portion control. A portion isn't a whole container. A serving, an appropriate portion for nutritional value is on the back of each bag, on the back of each can. A half a cup of fruit or vegetable is considered a serving. It doesn't have to be half a can. Measure out a half a cup. Okay? You're going to have to do some measuring. Eyeball it if you don't have anything to measure with, but try to measure. Okay? I think 4 tablespoons is a quarter of a cup. I think. So you're going to use the portion control on the packages. And you're going to use an ingredient app. I'm going to try to find some and link to this description where you can take a couple of ingredients that you have, basic, simple ingredients. You put it in the app. It's called Recipe Finder. It'll come up with ideas for you in substitutes. If you have no seasonings, if you only have oil and you don't have butter, try to come up with a dozen eggs if you can. If you don't want the flour, I would say get either peanut butter or eggs so that you have an extra source of protein. Last but not least, this is what I'm going to say, and you may not like it. You may or you may not like it. Get out there and try to earn some money. I know. Surprise. Everybody can do something, okay? You can. I did this before. I did video on this 2 weeks ago. Side gigs. You could do, most people have a car, okay? Can you do Lyft or Uber? Can you do Uber Eats? Can you do Instacart? Can you do errands for a friend or a family member? Can you walk dogs? Can you clean houses? Do you know how to clean? Can you clean a house for someone? Can you go clean a room for someone? Try to earn yourself some money so that you can eat when things hit the fan. Now, we don't know if this is going to happen, but there is just so much panic out there that I want to reassure you that there are ways around it. So don't panic. Don't panic. I don't believe this is going to happen. Don't quote me on it. Let's be prepared in case it does. And take some practical steps. Don't panic. When you panic, you give into the fear. When you give into the fear, you're giving into the fear mongers. Okay? Take action. Take action. Be scared for a minute. Take a deep breath and say, okay, now what can I do? I just gave you some great ideas. If you can come up with any other ideas, please leave them in the comments below. Ask questions. Ask questions in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. I reply and respond to all comments. It may not be within the hour, but I will get to you by the end of the day. So don't panic. Don't give in. Do your research. Do some prepping. And the next time somebody says, stock up, stock up, stock up, please don't think we belong with the tinfoil hat on our head. We don't. We're preppers, and we are prepared, and we are prepared for a reason. Because of things like this, because of actions like this, because of even the fear-mongering. Don't be afraid. Be prepared. I love you guys. You know I do. I'll be back with another video. Leave your comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll catch you on my next one.